got all the support they need
Aww.
in this entire game. Who needs anything more than a parent's love? As we are going to get ourselves into this best-of-5 series between Rogue and Penta Sports, really a test of the second-best team in North America versus one of the top-rated RLCS teams in Europe.
Let's see how Rogue can start off here. Let's see if they bring it to them in the opening match. I want to see if Penta can keep up, Rogue can keep up with Penta's speed here in the beginning, since this is their first matches of the day.
Yeah, it really will be a case of whether or not Rogue can deal with the speed, but on the other hand, Penta's speed can be capitalized on by Rogue's in phenomenal passing plays that they can put together. As you can see, them coming out right there, infield passes have really been the story of DreamHack so far.
Yeah, I think Rogue is one of the most European-styled North American teams, if not the most. They have a lot of team passing plays, and Turtle, as you know, likes to control the ball and kind of slow it down, speed it up, and set it up for his teammates. So this should be a really interesting series we have going forward.
Well, we've just gone the first minute down here. Neither of these teams have conceded as they both go for the feeling out process. As Sears might actually get this into a dangerous position. Turtle is available, and there is the pinch. And as we said earlier, Sears, the voice on that team, if he can keep the momentum up, if he is happy, the whole team is happy.
I mean, what? That was calculated, right? The double team pinch into the net.
They'll say it's calculated.
Absolutely.
No team
What a play.
would ever say no to that. So 1-0 down, Penta Sports immediately find themselves, and they will have to look out for those yet again, as if they leave one person in net, Rogue very capable of stretching that final man.
Just talking to Rogue before this series, I know how much that they want it. Trying to bounce back from their rough day yesterday, since they've been having those travel schedule problems. I want to see if they can look to stabilize today and see if they can get back into form, look past their sleep issues, the travel issues, the jet lag. I want to see them try and bounce back here with this series.
There's certainly some teams here as well that are counting them out. I did speak to Gale Force after the interview that they just had here, and they all said, all right, so we've got Penta in the next round.
Oh, wow, already discounting
they were really going for it. So Rogue have been declassified by some of the teams that we have here. But currently,
really looking down on the North Americans, huh?
Well, currently they might be made to eat those words. 2-0 up. And look at that.
Look at these
They're just very chilled with each other. It's very new to the Rocket League scene. We've seen a lot of smiles across a lot of our teams today.
Yeah. I mean, how far back can they lean in the chairs? The real question.
We need to ask Gibbs and the rest of G2 from that show match. I'm sure those chairs have got a lean back function. As Penta have not got their speed game in play at all so far this game. Just constantly out of boost, but here is their opportunity. Killer found.
What a pass.
And just puts it straight in. Killer, honestly, might be the best striker across all 6 players on this field.
It looked like a player from Rogue backflipped in net. I'm not sure who it was, but that pass seemed like it was reachable. May have been Sizz in net that ended up backflipping there. Unfortunate, but there was a really nice finish from Killer. That's good for his confidence going forward. You had your eyes on Killer, right?
I certainly did. Killer's one of those players of, I hate him because of the amount of SART BC tournaments he knocked me out of, but I'd rather he went on to be a really successful pro player, so that way it is at least a little justified on my end. So Rogue will need to continue to hold on to their lead. They've just given up 1 goal. They've got 1 minute and 50 seconds. As Sizz and the rest of Rogue will hold themselves back. You can see Matt just stealing boost down the other end of the field. Useful for not only disrupting your opponents, but also getting yourself a redirect.
Important demo from Turtle there. Rogue was on the back foot. They had 2 players rotating back on the left side of the field, and just Matt kind of backwards in net there.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Turtle tried to just ram the way through. Because of bullcam, we didn't even see him until the final second. Penta, hold on.
Yeah, Penta needs to watch out for Turtle upfield. He is Rogue's kind of forward guy who gets upfield, gets those redirects on net, or off the backboard to Matt.
Certainly does like to linger, does Turtle. Sometimes that can ruin a team's rotation. It's very dependent on how good that midfield challenge is.
That's what Sizz is so good at, is adjusting to Turtle and Matt moving forward. That's why this team really synergizes well, because of Sizz's ability to recognize when his teammates are forward and to just kind of hang back and set them up.
It's going to be Turtle, but that's still be dangerous. Penta can have an opportunity to start moving forward. But now Sizz will take it away. He's completely out of boost.
40
so he's not able to do much.
here.
But every single time they get it away, it's more time ticking down on the clock.
Rogue needs to be careful. They don't want to overcommit here. They're up by a goal with 30 seconds left. Don't want to take risks here. Just play your game. Stay defensive.
And you're going to see Penta become more and more willing to throw free forward on the offense.
And this is it.
They're going to try and spread themselves out. Killer is on 11 boost. He is on 0 boost. He is out of the play entirely. So Pone has to try and keep this dangerous. He's got it up in the air. Will there be a follow-up? No. The rotation came in just that little bit too late. Now, if the ball hits the floor, like Matt will attempt to keep it going, it will be game over, and Rogue take game number 1, sticking it to Gale Force as well.
Yep, great job by Rogue coming out early. This is what I wanted to see from my North American boys. Take it to these European teams early and see if, look at Baba Turt, the crowd right there. Oh man. I wonder if they're having as much fun as the kids are.
I mean, the kids have been flown from America to Sweden to play Rocket League. I think that's a very difficult bar to try and get over.
That's true, but the you know, as a parent, the proud factor, maybe that takes an element in. They could be having just as much fun.
Certainly could be. As we are going to continue on, Rogue, definitely a momentum-based team, so they will look to keep this going.
The focus right there. Look at that game face.
That is a demon glare coming out, staring holes through his own monitor. And that is what they are all playing for, that trophy, the DreamHack trophy.
What do you think Penta needs to do to change it up here to kind of counter what Rogue's doing?
They need control of those middle boosts. They were so, every single time we took a look to them, and every single time they tried to get a play going, they were completely out of boost, unable to do anything with the ball. So it allows a simple challenge for Rogue, because you're not really doing much without it. Boost is the lifeblood of Rocket League. Yep. And it really is the most important thing on the field.
With Turtle, as you saw in the few clips before, sometimes Matt that likes to stay upfield, as Turtle dunks the Penta player into the net here to go up 1-0 early.
Yeah, 2 players baited out to go for that ball. There's no way the save can come through. And yet again, Rogue put themselves up early on.
It was actually a double whiff there. I thought it was a dunk from Turtle, but 2 Penta players going for the ball on the far side of the post there and unable to make contact.
So only 30 seconds into this matchup, and Penta find themselves down yet again. We'll try to do something about that though, but Matt and the rest of Rogue have definitely done something very different out of them so far. They've managed to completely squeeze Penta into their final third, and every single time it is resulting in more and more goals, because Penta, they want to keep moving. They want to keep playing. They do not want the pace to slow down. It is causing them to challenge at bad times, and they are not getting to the ball.
Turtle all over that pass from Matt there. Matt with the pop-up up really quick, beating both Penta players. Turtle putting it underneath instead of shooting that ball high, which is the natural reaction when you're going for net. Noticing the 2 Penta players coming out, creeping forward, and putting it under both of them.
So now Penta need to try and find a way through, but every single time they are being challenged. Rogue spreading themselves out across the field very well. And there's just going to be a long clear straight into the corner, but well played by Pwned, catching it on the half volley.
Rogue is doing a really nice job of not double committing, as Kalerno almost slots that one away.
What do you think Killer would have done for like 10 more boosts? Just right there, so he could have got the tap onto the ball and turned it in.
Maybe flutter a little bit more. I didn't see exactly how much boost he had. Would have been an amazing shot.
Killer's going to keep this
dangerous
up high. There's the tap straight down. Killer will look to try and get straight over, but no one on that far left side.
Clear
the rotation was just too quick. The ball play was too fast. And Penta unable to get themselves down to 1 goal.
That's an important clear for Penta there. I saw both players on Rogue take both of the boosts from the Penta side. So the big ball clear there, allowing them to get some time. Oh, baby, a ceiling shot.
Oh, not enough boost to
There
follow
it
up,
is.
but there comes in
Great
Sizz.
save.
But Pwned, the ball is just too far back. He has to try and follow up to prevent Turtle from moving forward. But as you mentioned at the start of that, boost stolen. Every single time Rogue move forward, they linger around a little bit more. They trust that final player, and they steal the middle boost. They steal the far back boost on the side of Penta, and it now means that they might have an opportunity. 100 boost was originally for Sizz. He can continue to press this forward. But Penta need to try and control this field.
That's one of the most annoying things when I play against Rogue is how little boost I have on the defensive end. They do such a good job of rotating through the boost, and what I mean by that is once they're on field, they rotate wide, steal the boost on their way out, and allow the midfield to continue pressuring as Turtle tries to get that in off the backboard.
And you're a player that does play at the top level. How much trust do you need to have in your teammates to just stay around a little bit more, even in these big games where money is on the line?
Yeah, it's mainly about trusting who you have back. You have to trust in your rotations, that the player that recognizes that you're staying upfield to steal that boost, and they're staying back in order to protect the net while you're up there, you know.
Dangerous question. Is there anyone on your team you don't trust when you're back?
Absolutely not. You have to trust your teammates.
Very diplomatic
Have
of you.
to trust your teammates if you want to have success.
Cole, I don't trust you at all. I'm going straight back. Matt up on the wall. He's going to try and push us straight towards the middle. And yet again, those cutting passes. We saw them in that last series between Gale Force and Team Infused. Now we are seeing them in Rogue versus Penta. A minute and 15 seconds remaining.
That's something that's really underutilized in North America that not many North American teams do, is the cutting passes. And Rogue is, as Matt puts it in off the unfortunate touch from Freaky towards his own net here. I would like to see Freaky maybe slow down, take it up his back wall, just a little bit of a miscue. Matt punishes them. 3-0 for Rogue with 1:05 left.
Honestly, this has been detrimental to the nth degree for Penta. They've never quite got going throughout this series so far.
Yeah, I think Penta kind of needs to do to Rogue what Rogue is doing to them. Try and control the midfield more. Put a lot more pressure on Rogue's defense and try and steal the boost. It looks like Rogue has had no boost problems this entire match.
Well, the big problem is, and you'll notice it a lot if you've ever been out of boost in any game ever, once you're out of boost, it's very difficult to get some because you're always going to be second best to everything that involves pace, including reaching that boost pad.
Especially for a team like Penta that likes to play fast. In order to play fast, you have to have boost.
Well, Pwned's going to try and make use of that 27 he had there. Pops it up high, but it's just a hopeful shot over to Turtle. Final 17 seconds. And Penta are about to be on the verge of being knocked out. Rogue are starting to put their IRL issues behind them. Ear infections, travel issues, everything is starting to go away because this is Championship Sunday and they are here to play.
We need to know what Mama Turt gave the boys for soup last night. What was the secret recipe that gave them the healing ways? Because they're playing on fire right now. But Penta needs to kind of relax, put these games in the rearview mirror, and it's really hard to do as a player and as a team. When you're down 2-0 in an important series, especially an elimination series, you have to be able to compartmentalize. Take those games that you've lost, forget about them, see what you're doing wrong, fix that, and just focus on winning one game at a time.
And that is probably the most dangerous thing you can see if you are on the opposing side of Rogue. Sizz smiling. That means that they're having a good time. But it's true, though.
All day, baby.
All day.
Smiling all day, baby.
If they are enjoying themselves, that means they are playing well. That means they are feeling like they are in the groove. And Penta, it's pretty simple at this point. Boost is needed, then we'll see where they can go from there.
Gotta try and control that midfield. Rogue, like we said earlier, likes to get those team passes off. And Turtle likes to lurk upfield. So you got to try and cut off those team passes, control that midfield game, and if you do that, it allows you to continue to play fast, take those boosts on the opponent's side of the field, and try and start to take over forward.
So, can Rogue take the 3-0 sweep against Penta? A Penta squad that were looking on form yesterday when we saw them beat, I believe it was Method It was Method that they beat. I almost got that one caught out. And Method went down to immediately drop to Aero Kings after that.
With the way that they're playing right now, I don't see why not. I would like to see Penta, again, try and bounce back. I know they were playing great yesterday. Try and find what you were doing yesterday. Dig deep. Just one game at a time. That's the most important thing. Don't think about having, okay, we have to reverse sweep here. Just try and win one game, fix little things, and focus one at a time, baby.
Long clear, but that's going to be straight over to Freaky. And this speed game will go up if they can control those middle boosts. We can see Pone trying to come in, but beat to it by Sizz. These little flicks, Rogue very good at them.
Uh-oh.
And Penta all over the shop, sending 2 players to the same ball. Freaky is going to be by himself. Tried to steal, but none was there. That's just force of habit at this point for Rogue.
It's just an example of what they're doing.
And he gets it yet again.
Yep, he ended up stealing it in the bumps.
Turtle, you might be the world's most annoying player right now.
All right, Sizz on the back wall here looking, and got caught out looking for a boost there. Sizz probably should have seen Pondex up here and pulled back. A little bit hard not to recognize that. You see the boost, you have your mind set. Sometimes you don't check. Unfortunate right there for Sizz.
Yep, even the best teams in the world can go full solo standard. That's Freaky. Off the backboard, he's looking to try and get it again. Gets the double tap, pulled the defender out, but 2 players up. Sizz does win, but now it's going to allow Pwned to continue to put the pressure on. Beautiful touch there by Sizz, just takes it off the backboard.
Kalerno would have hit that shot. Oh my goodness.
Rogue will want to try and end this in 3, especially against the European team, a region that was almost jokingly getting reverse sweeps all season throughout the RLCS.
The leftovers, man.
Well, I think they owned about a third of them. It was pretty nuts.
It seemed like every series the leftovers were reverse sweeping this season.
Well, there was more reverse sweeps last season than there was in the entirety of the seasons before it, combined. Crazy. That's how nuts and that's how close we have gotten between the top teams in Rocket League.
Snaski just brings the boom when things are looking.
He will never, he's never going to let us watch scrims again. Because he's just going to be scared.
Oh
wow,
my
mega
word.
pension. That's going to almost go the entire
What
way.
a save.
The Twitch fibers in Rogue mean that they have to scramble back. And they have managed to do so. But at no scenario would they ever have anticipated that launching rifle of a shot to head towards them.
That's the Batmobile's power to a T right there. Pondex, I play him a lot in ranked, and I haven't played him much in scrimmages or in tournaments because he's European. But he is so good with that Batmobile, angling and hitting the ball with its wheels. As you guys know, the Batmobile is one of the cars that hits the ball the hardest. So a pinch like that, even harder to save. I'm surprised that Rogue was able to be back in position to save a pinch like that. It speaks to probably their positioning against Penta right now. They're playing very deep in their own end. The third man, anyway.
So we played off the backboard yet again. As Penta will look to maintain, maybe even increase, but they might not have the choice. Here comes Rogue as they tried to put together some form of offense. Killer out of boost, but still managed to get himself forward, showing off some of that 1v1 ability. The game mode where you've got to know exactly what you're doing with 0 boost, but here is Killer with 100 boost, and that is what he can do with 100 boost.
Penta starting to establish the midfield pressure and creating more opportunities for themselves. It's good to get Kalerno going. It seems like if he gets going, Penta goes with him. So hopefully he can start to heat up a little bit here and Penta can get their momentum back.
So the gap has been widened. Penta do or die for them, and they certainly look like they are doing. And Rogue, their momentum is dying. 3-0 to Penta Sports.
Rogue, at this point in the game, you're down 3-0 with 1:28 left. You're probably looking for a kickoff goal here or something to kind of jumpstart your offense. And if you end up not getting that, you use the rest of the game to figure out what Penta changed. What did they do that game, or what did you fail at this game to cause you to lose, and adjust for the next one. Start thinking about the next game in this last 30 seconds if you're down by 3.
I must ask you, as we just saw the fake kickoff come out from Rogue.
Okay.
It's been a long time since we've actually seen one of those scored. What are the other benefits that you get from doing a fake kickoff?
Possession, for sure. Even if you don't get the scoring opportunity you want, the losing a kickoff in threes, which is something not many teams employ, gives you the possession right off the bat.
It's actually something that Gibbs broke down when it came to Jacob on NRG.
The wave dash.
Just, yep, immediately try and switch where you're jumping to the car as well. Give the ball straight back to whoever has gone for either side's boost. And
Nice
that's going to be played
bump
off
attempt
the
there from
sidewall. And Rogue still down, 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't know if we see as much bumping coming from Penta or European as a whole. I know North America loves to bump, especially Rizzo and G2. They always are bumping me in tournaments. So
Genesis.
Yep, Genesis. Chrome loves to bump Chromeo. But I mean, it's definitely underutilized here. Penta should get up in Rogue's grill here, give him some back, make it a little rough, North American style.
After a 3-0 in game number 2 by Rogue, Penta respond in kind. They are going to take the clean sheet in this game, and they stay in it. Still need 2 more though.
Yep. Again, if you're Rogue, this is Rogue's time to reflect and see what Penta did right and you did wrong. Try and analyze during that game. What did we do right here? What did we do wrong here? Fix it and look to take that game 4 back. Or game 5 actually back.
Yep, well, they can continue on. We are going to head into game number 4 soon enough.
Math, NA math. It's a little difficult.
Don't worry, my maths was not very great at all in my GCSEs. I don't even want to reveal my grade for that because that is embarrassing indeed. Got an E in geography. I did.
E?
E. That's like a fail and then you failed a little bit extra. Because a C is a pass.
Okay. So is that worse than an F?
No. F is
in
next.
In the US we get an F. Okay.
F
so
basically
it's
means that
to a D.
F means that you know what grass is, but you don't know where you find it.
Complete loss.
Yes.
Essentially. So if you're Rogue here, what are you looking to fix, Yogi?
Rogue just need to go back to what they were doing during that first game. This was more of a case of Penta really found their groove that game. They finally found the boost. They finally found their pace. Rogue didn't necessarily make too many double commits. Nothing fundamentally went wrong. Now they are having to deal with European pace. And we're going to find out just how well they do with it. Remember, this is a team that has got victories over the leftovers and other top European teams.
Yeah, Pondex seems to be that team that can upset anyone at any time.
Well,
but they're just a little bit inconsistent. Or I mean, Penta, I'm sorry. Penta can upset any European team at any time. It just seems they're a little inconsistent with their play.
Well, we mentioned it yesterday. Penta has been that team that we've always thought is destined for greatness and has never quite reached it. This is their opportunity here at DreamHack to finally reach that greatness.
Maybe just a bit. Do you think they're just lacking time together, or?
They've been together for a long time now. They've been together since before Season 2, where they actually failed to qualify as well, before requiring a second qualifier to qualify for Season 3.
The kinks, I guess.
It's been a case of not necessarily working best when the pressure is on.
Okay.
They've been phenomenal in online tournaments throughout the entirety of their tenure, but never quite managing it. It's maybe a case of certain players not necessarily working at their best. Certainly, many of the pros that I speak to say Pondex might actually be the best carry in the entirety of Rocket League.
Wow.
His ability to just turn it on when needed is
Holy
absolutely huge, and that is an example of it.
Are you kidding me?
Pwned comes out massive and puts his team in the lead, and we are just over a minute into this match.
That use of the Batmobile right there is why that car is borderline broken. He popped it up off the ceiling, landed, front flipped without even boosting, and only used the corner of the car, no boost, and it's 40 kilometers back to the back of the net.
Certainly the Batmobile allows you for more extreme touches of the ball, but there is going to be the response. No, it isn't. It hangs around on the goal line for multiple seconds, but it teases it, but does not quite go in. And now Rogue are going to find themselves maybe 2 goals down. He did not leave it for Killer, who was rotating in. Rogue have survived, but they should have been putting this back to 1-1.
I don't know who it was there on the save or whether it was hit out by, you know, when you're going in and you're shooting and you accidentally hit it out. I couldn't see if there was someone on the line there. I don't know how that ball didn't go in. Sizz finally puts it away for Rogue.
Huge.
As it's deserved. Well deserved.
Huge challenge here by Turtle. Buys his time, allows Freaky to hit the ball first, then gets this touch on his challenge with that side flip. Very big if you are a ones player, get those side flips going because it means that your card does not just go flying off should you lose the ball.
That's a perfect example of how valuable Turtle is to this team. His ability to just slow down the pace at any moment, go for those dribbles, and seizing the opportunity after Turtle gets that nice flick off, putting it away to tie the game.
So we are tied up as we head towards the halfway point of this series.
That goal is also a big deal, at least from a player perspective. When you get close and close over and over again, the ball just doesn't seem to go in. You begin to get frustrated. Getting a goal quickly after that can relieve a lot of the frustration and carry some momentum for you going forward.
Freaky and Pones come together. They're going to try and get an extra bit of contact, but nothing there. Killer has to try and bide his time. Huge mistake there by Matt. He manages to correct it. You don't get points for that, though, if you correct your own mistake. Sizz has got Turtle around. Turtle is on low boost, but he tries to get there, not on time. And once again, Rogue denied by the woodwork.
That was so close. That was a really tough angle for Turtle. The ball just didn't seem to let go of the crossbar. It just was hugging it a little bit too long as Sizz fires a shot far side, close. Matt, a little bit lazy in the challenge there. Turtle keeping possession with that slow play, pops it towards the net. Almost there for Rogue.
Heading into the final 90 seconds.
What a pass. Oh my goodness.
Almost managed to find Turtle a hair's length away from getting contact. But now Rogue needs to be worried about not overcommitting. Sizz has finally rotated back.
All three Rogue players were on that side there. All three of them were in the 6-yard box. What a pass.
This is passing plays, using that sidewall to try and bait out a defender. Sizz, once again, the final man back. And using side-on angles to try and create more space for himself. Well played there by Sizz. Still tied up, 60 seconds remaining. If Rogue can take this, they will eliminate Penta Sports and quadruple their money. But Killer and Pone, do I have something to say about that? The ball is still dangerous, still in the air. Freaky just wants to keep it away from any oncoming defenders to allow his teammates to rotate themselves back. And there's another demo. Pwned will be taken out of the play for the time being. That will ruin the rotation for Penta, but they'll get this. They'll compensate, I should say, by increasing the offense, and Pwned will be able to get himself back in. Final 30 seconds, still tied up.
Looks like Penta's a bit low here. Have to be a little careful on how much
everyone's
you're
low
committing
boost.
right here.
No one it's switched to has actually got anything more than 10. Finally, Turtle picks himself up a pension off the floor, but now Killer couldn't get contact. Final 12 seconds. Next goal will win it. Oh, ball is too high as Killer will try and win, but a lovely dunk there by Turtle means that Penta will be on the defense for the final seconds of this game.
That's a dangerous
ball. They're
ball.
going to bounce off that backboard. Turtle has to try and move back. He's going to hit the floor. We have reached overtime, Karma.
I thought that was going to roll over to the side there, and if he could have popped that into the corner, it would have been dangerous, but that's a shot. Pondex hesitating. Nice letting his teammate go in there. He has a pass mid here. Well, nicely denied by Turtle there.
Could have been very dangerous indeed, but Penta able to rotate themselves back just in time. Here's Killer. He's going to move forward off that backboard. Pwned is going to leave it for his teammate. Freaky taps it, looks to go for the follow, gets it down, tried to go for a block, but he couldn't, but now Pwned just overshoots it. And now Penta, they've sent a lot of players forward. They've got one back still. Matt is just going to push that into the corner and allow his team to rotate back. That was a mistake, but it shall be covered. Both of these teams having their own opportunities.
Yeah, Penta was a bit out of position there. All three players on the offensive side. Lucky there that Rogue didn't capitalize.
It's certainly one of the inherent issues with playing a speed-based style is that you can commit at times if you think you've got a very good scoring opportunity. But if you don't get it right, you tend to concede.
This is do or die right now for Penta. Remember, if they lose this game, they're eliminated from DreamHack, so they're probably feeling a little bit of the pressure. Watch out. Downward bouncing ball, always dangerous.
Oh, Freaky's done it. He's got it all set up, and there is Killer number 7 with the goal. You can see what it means to them. We are going to Game 5.
Big sigh of relief from Penta here. Who was that? Was that Freaky making the pass on the downward bouncing ball? Kalerno able to finish it.
2 players using the rounded bottoms of the walls. Just pulls the ball straight out. And that is a goal, and we are all tied up. The reverse sweep on the cards here.
Unfortunate double commit there for the last goal on Rogue, but when the ball is like that, when it's coming towards your post, and it looks like an easy ball where it's just kind of near the ground, Kalerno made a great touch, Freaky made a great touch there to get it up and off the post for an open net for Kalerno. So you can't really get upset at the double commit there. It was just a really good individual play.
So here we go, and you can see exactly what you said earlier. The
Focus
smile
face.
is gone.
The smile is gone right now.
Time to put your game face on for every single one of these players. A spot in the DreamHack semi-final and a matchup against Gale Force eSports is on the line. After this, we have got Prophecy versus Flipside, and then Aero Kings, the team that upset Method yesterday, are going to be taking on Diffuse Kids.
Rogue here, it's a little bit tough when you're in this situation where you get up 2-0 and the other team starts to leftover you. The reverse sweep starts to happen. And you gotta try and do what Penta has done so far, which is take it one game at a time. Compartmentalize what has happened. Forget about it, focus on the next game, and try and get back to doing what you were doing that was working. So I want to see Rogue here get back to controlling the boost, looking for their teammates upfield, keeping that offensive and midfield pressure going, and don't allow Penta's speed to take over the game.
Well, Pones will try and have something to say about that, but the side-on rotation and challenge by Turtle will pull something to the end of that pretty early. Now, Penta needs to try and rotate back to this just-in-time. Killer gets dunked.
Double bump from Sizz there, if I saw that correctly.
Let's have a look.
There's
one.
The
There's two.
Are you kidding me?
He was one away from trying to tie Fireburner's record.
Sizz bumping people all day.
And you can see immediately after that goes in, Turtle allows himself a small smile before getting himself back into game face.
That's a good sign for Rogue. They're relaxing. They're not feeling the pressure of the best of one right now. Elimination match. Don't forget, this isn't double elimination. Winner go home right here.
And Penta will try and respond as quickly as possible. He's got options on the far side. Goes straight for net, though. That was not the correct decision to make, and now Penta can go onto the counter-attack. They might not need it, though, as the passing play works out beautifully. Ball in off the side post.
That seems how soccer and Rocket League work in general. You have an opportunity at one end. It doesn't go exactly how you want, leads to a direct opportunity at the other end, and Penta capitalize. I would like to have seen Sizz try and get that pass more middle to Matt there. And I think it would have gone more favorable to them. But Pondex with a great Batmobile touch.
See Rogue very happy to go for these blocks, and it's going to work out yet again. Rogue, 3 blocks ever since the kickoff started. That's also how they got their first goal. Penta becoming a little bit predictable with the way they're playing.
Sizz getting the double touch dunk goal. Calculate 100% of the way.
So now we go straight back to where we were roughly about 15 seconds ago. Rogue back in the lead by 1 as Penta find themselves trailing. Poland was the player that managed to tie up the game last time. Can he be the difference maker yet again? See, he's one of those players who's just willing to just throw himself at any opportunity that does present itself.
Oh my.
Here is the tap down. That's going to go off the post. Sizz unable to react, not expecting the ball to bounce out at that angle.
What a touch from Turtle here, beating out Penta player as they're trying to work their way forward. That's going to be snuffed out by Matt. Look for a big clear from Freaky, who ends up whiffing, catches Turtle off guard. But Sizz should be able to get this mid for a teammate here. Rogue should try and take this ball moving forward. A bit of a lackadaisical touch.
Oh, someone's got to take the shot, and neither of the players do. And that means Penta are going to give up a very good opportunity for themselves. Definitely nerves starting to play a role in this match as both these teams much more hesitant than we've seen them beforehand.
Yeah, it looked like Kalerno wanted to take the ball slow, maybe go for a fake, as Pondex has a shot here. Oh my goodness, what a save.
And we've got to remember, Rogue is the team with LAN experience. Rogue is the team that has done this before. Yes, it has only been once, but Penta, this is completely new to them.
Rogue is a bit Wild right now. They need to get a good clear off. They're low on boost. They're double committing quite a bit here. See if Penta can capitalize.
2 minutes remaining in this match. Still Rogue do lead. Is Destiny to be for them versus Gale Force in the semifinals? Penta will try to say no, as Pwned and Freaky actually come together. They have collided.
Should be a mid pass here. There it is.
Killer gets that one down, and that is going to be put straight in. Too early on the reaction from Rogue. They tried to predict, they cannot do it, and that is going to be a miss save.
Great recognition from Freaky here. We saw it, the mid pass was open. He put it right on Calerno's nose. Calerno with a nice job of not flipping forward into it because of his car, the way it was positioned. If you'd flipped forward into it, it probably would have popped the ball upwards. Instead, just let it hit the front of his car and do that little gentler of a pop that puts into the top side of the net.
Here we go, tied back up yet again. And we have hit the final 90 seconds.
Doesn't look good
and
here.
that
Sis
is going to be Killer No yet again, the target man. We pointed him out earlier as the player to watch, and he has been so phenomenal pass over. And look at that, using the animation of the backflip to hit it with the rear end of the car. And now Rogue, for the first time in this game, find themselves trailing.
Impressive mechanics right there from Calerno. He knew he was a little forward of the ball there. Needed to get some sort of momentum on the ball there to carry it forward. Backflip, hits it with the back of his car, and just gets a little bit of power to beat Sis. What a save there.
This is starting to turn more and more into a high ball game. These aerials from Penta unanswered so far, as a lot of this game has been played on the floor. Finally, final minute. Penta just need to hold on.
Rogue need to try and control the ball more here. Their touches are a little bit hard, and they're hitting it too far away from themselves to follow it up or pass it to their teammates. As Sis, again, baits out two players. Sis is on fire right now carrying Rogue. Baits out two players with this touch right here. Able to finish it himself.
And we brought this up during the last series of Infused, that ability to not hesitate, even when you see other things happening on the field. Sis sees one of his players going for the ball, and he still says to himself, right, I'm staying here, I'm not going to rotate back. Instead, I'm going to wait for a potential miss and do what my original plan was. Very, very professional play, very, very smart play from Sis. And we're tied up yet again.
It's also about recognizing the scenario. You're in game 5. You're down a goal with 40 or 50 seconds left. It's okay to take that little bit of a risk. Trust your teammate to get back. Read the play and believe in your instincts.
That's going to be dangerous. Killano wanted to make it for his team. As Freaky almost tried to get there, but that Spider-Man defense. We are going to start going to end. Next goal will win it. Pwned puts that straight down. That is very dangerous indeed, but there will be no one on Penta's rotation. They do not want to commit. They do not want to make the mistake. And unless this gets hit by Matt into the net, no, Pwned, final second, gets there in time. We will have overtime. Winner moves on.
Let's see if we see a kickoff play for possession here from Rogue. Nope, standard. As Calerno dumps it in for Penta. Sis trying to get the ball clear, a little bit risky of a touch, but Turtle helps him out, tries to get it to mid. Again, a little bit, you see Rogue here, they're just kind of not controlling the ball very well. Their touches seem to be popping up into dangerous locations. You really want to avoid that, especially in the defensive end.
Yep, you see this a lot from less experienced teams. Now you'll see it from these teams as it becomes a huge danger. That shot's towards the net, great save. They need to follow up and get rid of the ball. Teams will start to go for a much more hit and hope scenarios, not wanting necessarily to overcommit to offense, just ensuring that the defense is solid and hoping the opponents make a mistake.
Rogue has really got to relax right here. They're panicking a bit on defense, sending two people at the ball, but they have a really good opportunity here. Turtle taking it slow.
Just hit up too high, but Pwned has been taken out of the play. That shot is towards the net, but Freaky is there just on time. We've come up to the first minute down of this overtime. Shot towards the net, but Freaky is there. Also, he had Killano just behind him. Double tap there by Freaky, but it's still just being passed out. Rogue will attempt to put pressure on, and Killano will happily, he'll just breathe a sigh of relief as that ball is taken away from his goal. Sis, though, and the rest of Rogue, they are unrelenting. They are unrelenting in their attempts to push forward on this, and still, Penta cannot get it out of their half. This is looking a lot like the Northern Gaming we saw at the RLCS Finals. This is the best rotations Rogue has ever had, and they still cannot break Penta's defense.
Rogue dominating the midfield right now, doing exactly what they want to do. Look at how the ball does not get past the 2/3
It's
point of the
open!
field.
Turtle's done
puts
it!
it away for Rogue, and they take the series from Penta 3-2.
Penta almost made the reverse sweep. They got it to the final possible round. They took it to overtime, but the job was not able to be complete. Sis, Turtle, and Matt, we will see you against Gale Force eSports later on today in our semifinals.
North American boys winning it for all of North America here. Couldn't be happier for them as a North American player. I love to see them come into Europe and beat the European stage. Now it's on to